Yay! Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to the second ever episode of School Night Nerd Show. Hold on, I'm turning off my gonna go on do not disturb mode. Okay. Welcome to the second ever episode of the School Night Nerd Show with me, your host, Meanie Mosey. This is a live stream where I just kind of generally talk about kind of what's going on in like the anime world, maybe some news, maybe some different things. This episode, we're going to be talking a lot about One Piece chapters 1142 through 1149, or wherever I stopped doing kind of like weekly recaps. We're going to just talk about that whole chunk of chapters. I touched in it a little bit on my last live stream, so that's on my channel if you want to watch that. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Hold on, let me see. I am using a new streaming software called Meld Studio. So I'm kind of also figuring that out as we go, but it has also made some of the transitions and cool things I want to do a lot easier. So hold on, you're gonna watch this real quick because it's coming up. Hold on. Bam. See how smooth that was? That was super cool, wasn't it? I learned how to do that this week. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I can see the chat and everything. Alright. There's actually a little thingy in the middle of the screen. Let me get rid of it. We're gonna take this off so you can't see that because that was bothering me. Alright, so a little bit of housekeeping first. We're actually going to go back to me. Let's see, so today I actually didn't have time to read the latest One Piece chapter because, I don't know, I went to church in the morning, then I went to see the new Mission Impossible with my family. I've never been like a huge action movie person at all, but I enjoyed spending time with my family, so that was a lot of fun. Got back about an hour before the stream, so now we're here, and I'm actually going to be reading the chapter live with you guys in case you haven't heard what's going on yet in the chapter or anything. We can all figure this out together. Let's see a little bit about DreamCon before we get into the chapter, because that's like what's on my mind lately. Okay, so I'm going to be cosplaying for DreamCon. I've got some costumes and everything. I've decided I'm gonna be, I guess, like a person from Kaiju number 8 on the first day. I saw there was the uniform on Amazon, so I just bought that. It said it wasn't too hot or anything, which it would be a serious problem in Texas. But yeah, I'm gonna be someone from Kaiju number 8. I'm gonna do my hair really cool, and I got Shinomiya's axe. Wait, no, is that her name? Hikaru? I forgot her name. I straight up forgot her name. The girl, her axe. I have that axe, and I'm gonna be walking around with it for DreamCon. And then let's see, on the next day, I'm gonna be Elphaba, and I'm excited about that because I actually had these come in today. I don't know how much overlap there is within the Wicked community and the One Piece community, but if you have seen Wicked or are a fan of the movie that just came out, these are her glasses. So actually, after I get off stream, I'm gonna try to figure out all of the body paint stuff and kind of figure out what's the best way to apply face paint and contour and everything, because I know there's a lot more to it than just slathering paint on your face. So that's gonna be that. And then on the last day, I'm going to be S-Snake, the Boa Hancock, Seraphim, and I have a wig, but I need to figure out how to cut the bangs because it's just a white wig. It's not a Boa Hancock wig. I have EVA foam all spread out in my living room right now. I'm going to make boots, the Dom shoes and everything. I use, if you haven't I don't know, if you're at all interested in ever making Dom shoes for One Piece, I looked up Ariza Cosplay's Nami boots that she made, and I got the pattern and everything, so I'm gonna just be figuring that out, just like watching her video and kind of figuring out how to do it on my end. One thing that I thought was interesting was one big part of the boots were like the two platform circles on the inside, and she said that she used a local carpenter to get those done, and I do not know any local carpenters, and I don't think Home Depot or Lowe's does that at all. So I found out that if you just get a roll of duct tape, it matches about the exact size that you need. Just spray painted the whole thing silver. I don't think it's a waste of duct tape because it serves my purposes. So yeah, and I mean, if I'm done, I can just like peel it off, and I don't know. I just got 4 giant rolls of duct tape that I'm only using because of their shape and form. So there's that. But yeah, and then I'm really excited. DreamCon seems to have some good programs going on so far. I'm not enthused about I mean, it seems like it might have been more organized last year, but even then last year it wasn't like super organized as some of the other conventions that I've been to. But they are moving locations, so I'll give them that. One thing, if they could do one thing this convention, is I would love to see all kinds of food trucks and everything out there. It's in the George R. Brown Convention Center. I've been to the George R. Brown Convention Center several times for different occasions. There have always been food trucks lined up in this designated food truck area that's right in front of the park and everything like that. And I know for a fact, just from like kind of working in event planning and different things, that if you work with a venue and they have vendors that they typically work with, they will suggest to you different vendors that you can use. And so I'm sure George R. Brown has a long list of food trucks that they could have provided DreamCon and the DreamCon planning team to get food there. So last year, the only food there was in the exhibit hall, and then if you wanted food otherwise, you would have to leave. There was alcohol everywhere. Food was only in one place. Vending machines were sparse, but they were there. Otherwise, you would need to leave the location to get food, and then you'd have to get back in line to get back into the convention center. So now I'm hoping that they have food trucks available, and they're not only set up in the convention center, because that was kind of like a mess trying to look for different food and I guess just to have sustenance during the convention without having to leave and miss some events that we paid to go see. So yeah, that's just my hopes for this year's DreamCon. It is coming up in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days. So I'm excited about that, and I will keep you guys updated. The next live stream is going to be me talking about DreamCon and my experience there. If you happen to be, well, never mind. I don't know. I was going to say, if you happen to be at DreamCon, you can pick up one of my business cards that I made a while ago. I've just had these like forever. Oh my gosh, show. But yeah, I made these little business cards. But if you're watching this live stream, it just has a QR code on the back for all my channels. So if you're watching this, you probably already know where to find me. But yeah. So, without further ado, let's get into this next One Piece chapter, start chatting about it. Let's see, the first thing I wanted to do was to kind of establish my my thoughts and my beliefs before we get into this chapter, because I don't know, like sometimes I forget what I'm thinking. And I forget my opinions that I have on things, and I'm very easily persuaded for things that don't matter too much. And so we're going to write down kind of things like hills I'll die on before this chapter, so I can keep record of them and kind of see and reevaluate. So the first one is that Loki is and always has been looking out for the good of Elbaf. I believe that from the beginning, Loki was labeled as a bad kid, and if you're labeled like that, you're probably going to start acting like that. It's like, if you're gonna have a bad opinion of me, no matter what I say, I might as well just behave in the way that, oh, geez, oops, you saw that. Well, whatever. Still figuring this out. But, like, if you're labeled as, like, a bad kid or a problem person, problem child, you're just gonna, like, start acting out because it's like nothing I can do will please you or anything like that. And so I think maybe in his heart, he's always been looking out for the good of Elbaf. It's just Elbaf has rejected him from the very beginning. And I think that maybe the war with Harald and everything like that happened was because Loki was looking out for the good of Elbaf. That brings me to a second point. Harald was not looking out for Elbaf's. Oh gosh, I'm typing. My microphone is right in front of my keyboard, and I've never been able to type without looking at the keys. I didn't pay attention at that unit in school. I'm sorry. I hate to disappoint you. But Harald was not looking out for Elbaf's best interests. Okay. Whether he was being manipulated, whether he was, I don't know. I don't know. He could have, why did it go away? Oh, interesting. Okay. Ooh. Lo siento. Okay. Whether he was being manipulated, whether he was being greedy or anything like that, I believe that Harald might have been working with the God's Knights and the world government in some capacity. And, well, I don't know where I heard this. I keep forgetting where I heard this, but, like, it could be his retaliation to the world government wanting to weaponize the Elbaf giants was to turn his country into a country of peace. That is an option. That's an idea. Another one is... I don't know. I really have no idea. But I just don't think he was looking out for Elbaf's best interest. Let's see. I'll have to think on that one a little bit. I know he's up to something. He was up to something. And I think that's why Loki attacked him. I don't know if Loki killed him. It said Harald died. Didn't say Loki killed him. The country thinks Loki killed him. Let's see. Jarl's... These aren't really opinions. These are just kind of like thoughts, predictions, different things. Jarl's sword is going to be taken from his head. / it is important how it got there. Jeez, wow, okay. Yeah, Jarl's sword, it's gonna be taken from his head. I don't know if he's gonna die because of that. He is kind of like the last living witness of King Harald and everything that he was doing. I don't know if he has like some type of amnesia because of it. There's a little bit in my last video that I did about like a One Piece chapter review. I think it was 1141, where I talked about the side effects of a potential brain injury and different things. And so, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna move this over here. I gotta find a way to see the chat or everything, because I think I'm only seeing the Twitch chat and like nobody's on Twitch. I don't have a presence on Twitch. So we're gonna see, just in case. I don't know, I'm not expecting y'all to say anything. Oh, you can say something if you want to. I gotta find a way to Hold on. Oops. Well, okay. Oh wow, there are words. Okay. Oh, said hi. Hi, I only on cake, so okay. Alright, well, you're welcome anyway. Okay. Let's see, what was I saying? Jarl's head thing, it's a problem. It's going to be a big reveal later or something like that, but it's gonna be a really big deal. Let's see, where is my notes again? This is tricky. Okay. Last thing, Usopp is going to have a moment. I don't know, like something more significant than what happened in Dressrosa. Yeah, Usopp's gonna go through something, some character type development. I think I talked a little bit about last week, like how pre-time skip was way more character based and post-time skip has been a lot more plot based and everything, for good reason, because we're trying to wrap this up. Not that we want to, but it's just the way things go. Let's see. It's kind of like from week to week as you go and you're reading chapters, and like not every chapter is going to be like a super banger chapter, but it still is like a banger series. Like you kind of forget, like, yo, I'm reading One Piece. Like this series has made me cry multiple times. This series has made me jump out of my seat multiple times. So it's kind of like going week to week, you're kind of just like, oh, you never really know what to expect. But I feel like at any point now, Usopp's gonna have a big thing going on. I don't know how that relates. Well, no, it does. Never mind. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud, but I don't know. Things are gonna ramp up. I feel like things have already started ramping up, but I think they're gonna ramp up a lot more. Usopp's gonna have a moment. Loki is looking out for the good. Harold was not looking out for the good. Jarl's sword is gonna be taken from his head. I think that is it for now. Yeah, I think that's a good starting point. And then I'm gonna kind of revisit this after the chapter, and kind of see if any of these have changed so far. But let me get into the comments first. Let me see what y'all are saying before we hop into this chapter. Loki implied to Hardin that he'd never kill their father. I feel like if anything, Harold was doing his best, but ultimately was being used, manipulated, kind of how King Riku was manipulated too. Into being framed by Doflamingo. Riku was trying his best for the kingdom, but his actions essentially led to 10 years of oppression by Doflamingo. I don't know if Harold was manipulated. Well, I mean, he could have been manipulated, I suppose. But I'm thinking, like, how he was, like, there are other giant tribes. Harold had ancient giant blood. Allegedly, he cut off his own horns to look less like those ancient giants, like the Ors type people. He had a child with someone from a different giant tribe, and that child was an illegitimate son Hi, Rudine. The world government has done shady things. The world government is shady. So it is possible that they were manipulating Harold. It is possible that they have their clutches on this entire situation too. But I don't know. I feel like it would be a lot more interesting if Harold was kind of like doing some dirty work or something. I don't know. It's possible, but I don't think that's the outcome that I want. Let's see. Oh, I can easily see it going either way. Yeah. Let's see. It's more like lore-wise, like Elbaf has 100 times more lore than before time skips, not even close to over. Who do you think set the Holy Land to the Sea of Flames? Maybe Jarl had a thing for Carmel since he's into older women and Carmel is old. Huh. I mean, if anything, Harold did, because he was, he basically adopted her beliefs and ideologies. I don't know. And Carmel was hella evil, so. I know One Piece is a shonen, will always be a shonen, but this series is getting darker as it goes on. It is getting darker, but I feel like it has still retained a lot of light. A lot more light than most shows right now. Like it has gone like deep into some serious dark topics like slavery and oppression and the environmental dangers and all of that, and some really twisted stuff has happened to these people. Like think about the smile fruits for Wano, like, but it still has retained its light. Like it's overwhelmingly light compared to I'm blanking on all shows now. Okay, whatever. The core of One Piece will always be hope, but showing the bleak reality of the world is what makes that hope powerful. Yes. Okay, yes, I agree. Alright, so let's get into this chapter finally. And I'll revisit this after. But hold on. Okay. Alright, this one. Alright, let me see. Can y'all see this? If I make this bigger. Okay. Just figuring this out real quick. Alright. Alrighty. Okay. So, Ogatari made cafe. Oh, that's so cute. How adorable. Let's see. Alright. How do you scroll? Oh gosh, how do you scroll? I'm like... Oops. Hold on, y'all. How do you... Ha! Okay. Do I have to manually drag it? That's annoying. Whatever. Okay. Wait, can I do this? Nope, I can't. Alright. No cover page? Oh, I guess we do get this whole entire picture. That's cute. But last we left off... Hold on, I feel like it's getting cut off. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, gosh. No, not that. Okay. Wait, no, it's not getting cut off. Okay. Well, okay. Last we left off, I forgot his freaking name, but this dude was, getting wrecked by Robin, and then he thought he was good, and then, Scopper went and axed him in the whole entire chest. So we're right there. It's called 1 second. Okay. Oh, what? Got him. Who's that? It worked on him. How would he? I forgot. Was he untouchable? I'm not. The powers. Okay, whatever. Dang. Okay. The thorn guy. I feel like Luffy. I have completely blanked on this character's name. So they didn't know he was there. So now they're fighting. He was totally pushing Luffy and Zoro around. Father of a boy at school named Colin. That old man is. Scopper, Gabon, Scopper. I don't know how y'all pronounce it. Left arm of the king of the pirates, the counterpart to Rayleigh. Sanji Sr. somewhat. What's he doing here? His attacks are doing damage, but how? His thorns are made of iron. Alright. And that's fun. Okay. He's in. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm not reading this out loud or if I'm going like too fast or I don't even know. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so he's out to save his son. Okay. And I'll move my mouse around so y'all can see like where I'm reading. Okay, so he got jacked up. I feel like that was too easy. Was he able to slice up a guy who's immortal? You see, I feel like they're immortal in name only. No, these guys don't look immortal to me. Plus, like, Shanks's brother is like his same age. So Shanks is not immortal. Or like, if they were immortal, I feel like someone older than like Shamrock would be the head of the God's Knights and everything. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. This guy. Good, well done. Oh, they set fire to the library. Oh. Oh, you have proven yourself obedient. Oh. Oh gosh, someone do something. We just got the books back. No. Come back, child. Why aren't you happy? Why is she asking her to come back? I don't know. I'm a little confused. I'm sorry. Oh, no, little girl, don't do that. Don't jump, Ranja. Don't do it. Culture, history, children, troops. Oh, dang, he gonna get you. You don't have the right to take any of these things away. A crewmate of the King of the Pirates, you realize that resistance means the death of these hostages. He said, don't speak up, Colin. No, dang it. Yeah, okay, yeah, dang it. Shouldn't have said nothing. Dang it. Stupid. He's not stupid, kid. He's... Oh, dang it. Why? It's like, that's my daddy, everyone. He's stronger than everybody. Jeez. Okay. So she zoomed over there. There's still time to put out the fire in the library. I can save the children and Elbaf in the process, as long as it's instant. So 1 second. That's the title of the chapter. Hang in there, Colin. Give me 1 second. Aww. Be strong. If you get hurt, I'll make sure you survive. Aww. Let's go, Colin. Oh, that's crazy. This is our son, Mr. Ya. Why is she calling him Mr.? Okay. Aww. It's kind of weird, but kind of cute. Please be safe, Colin. So she stabbed him in the neck, and he's pissed off. Colin's gonna be fine. He's gotta be. Oh, what the heck is that? Is that future hockey? Oh. Observation. Oh. Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry. I can see the other side. Okay. I'll be strong. I'm gonna call. Okay. Oh, so he gives up. What is... Oh, that's Colin's cape. I'm sorry, Elbaf. Dang. Dang. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense story-wise for Scopper to save the day, because it's like all the young kids have to step up, but dang. Mr. Ya. Father... What is that? What is that? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Wait. The resemblance is uncanny. Wait, okay, hold on. Sorry, what is... She has a memory. Is he talking about the resemblance is uncanny to... Oh, pardon me. What in the world? What in the actual world? Is she's saying, are you Brooke? Wait. At this moment, the Holy Land is a sea of fire. Ha! Is that a daughter? Okay. 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 All right. Okay. Let us pull this up. Nope. Never mind. I'm gonna have to see. Hold on. Sorry. Safari. Okay. I'm gonna minimize this. And this is what I was talking about, because with every chapter, you don't know what the heck could be revealed or anything like that, because this is One Piece, and it's awesome. And even if you have like a series of like mid chapters where nothing seems to happen, something's gonna happen eventually that will like kind of blow your socks off. So, starting off before all of this, we're gonna go. Okay. So, they have burned the library. Library is burning. Everybody's sad. Several years of history. The whole entire reason why Ohara got Buster called and everything. It was saved for a few chapters and now it's gone again. It's burning. They made that lady do it. The giant kids are resilient, but they are still children, and they need to be saved. Ranja, what a trip. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm still alive. Like, dang, like, it's not on you, Ranja. You can chill out, girl. Jarl is like crying about that. Everybody's crying about that. It's not your fault. They're reacting. How are their reactions? They're trying to put out fires everywhere. So it's not like they're not doing anything to prevent this. Like they're occupied, and that's the whole God's Knight's plan and everything. Then Scopper, like I pretty much knew like that's his son. He's going to save his son, and he definitely tried. And he had a great go of it, but he's talking about like, I'm rusty and everything. He cut dude in half, but he was still talking about, I'm rusty. And then when he saw that whatever this is was going to happen to Colin, he gave up immediately. Colin's talking about, I'll be strong, but he's like, no, you can't handle that. He's crying. He yields. He throws his axes away. And then he gets shot off of the cliff. Then Chopper, did Chopper go? No, Chopper was chasing after him. Chopper didn't jump off the cliff too. No, he didn't. Okay. And then they're saying, Daddy. Is this her yelling father? And that is obviously a Brook looking figure, because the yo-ho-ho, he said, well, it's my dream to be a pirate. So oh my gosh, is Brook a bad anime dad? Did Brook pull a Yasop? Oh my gosh, that's all that I can like. And what's he talking about here? Oh, pardon me. What's he, like? And it's like she just noticed that he was over there. And then, or she's running. She says, Brook, are you Brook? And she's running. And then, like, something happens here where Emu kind of takes over. I think this is Emu talking. He's like, what's taking so long? The Holy Land is a sea of fire. We need greater numbers. Allow Mu to show you the dominance of God. So, looks like Emu can take control of the bodies of the Holy Knights. Or the God's Knights. He's still alive. He's looking at her like, what the heck, girl? And that's basically Emu right there, right now. She's compromised. She is a weak link. She might end up working with the crew. Because, like, I don't know, her whole thing, she was Shamrock's right-hand girl. But apparently she was related to Brooke. The one thing that she fears is Joy Boy. Interestingly enough. Did she say something about music before? I feel like she has. But now that would make sense. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let's see what y'all have been saying. Okay. So, thoughts on the theory Roger is still alive. Thoughts on the theory that Roger is still alive and they killed a fake Roger. Who made that theory? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, like, him dying is like the whole entire point. I don't feel like Roger could add anything to the story if he was still alive. Ain't no way it was a fake Roger, lol. Maybe his spirit is alive somehow, waiting at the One Piece, but I don't think his death was a fake out. I totally agree. Not gonna lie, this chapter is 1,000 times better than the mural and better than the whole arc of Egghead's. Well, Egghead was a transitory arc. Egghead was like in between these massive arcs, like you have Dressrosa, you have Whole Cake Island, and all that. You get these transitory arcs like Punk Hazard. So Egghead was one of them. Reverie was one of them, and even though they're very good, they still serve to get you from point A to point B, and they tend to be very info dumpy to let you know everything that you need to know in order to progress the story forward. So even though Egghead was good, it's an in-between place. It's not like we weren't meant to stay there for a long time. We're there for a good time, not a long time, and we got a lot of information off of Egghead. So yeah, I mean, it's comparing Egghead was one of the better of the in-between arcs. But yeah, I feel like Elbaf has a lot more to offer, because like it's like the story happens and then the story is explained, and then the story happens and then the story is explained, and it's been working very well so far, is what I think. I can't stop thinking about that mural. I haven't even like looked at the mural. Like I've seen it, but it's just kind of like brain hurt. I started looking at it, and maybe I can talk about that next week if I run out of DreamCon things to say. But I started kind of like drawing pictures around the words and like the different poems and like what they meant and the different symbols and all that, and so I'm still kind of interpreting the mural and what it means to me. But yeah, Elbaf has definitely been popping off. Popping off is a strong word, but I mean, it's good. It's One Piece, so I mean, in relative to other anime and manga, yes, it is popping off, but in the context of One Piece, I feel like it has not popped off yet. But yeah, until now, because that's very interesting what's going on over here. Let me see. Is it? Okay. I'm actually gonna. Sorry about that. Okay. Elbaf, my favorite art. They've been regenerating, which is why they're equating to immortality. Okay. Just like the girls say, we're regenerating. Okay. Appearances can be deceiving on nights, probably. I love Gunko. Not gonna lie, she might be one of my favorite female characters. so sad. Come back from the platform, probably. Okay, Google so fast. The fact that Gabon saw the One Piece and yet still said Colin is his true treasure is so beautiful. Ah. Chopper jumping after him though, big dub. Did Chopper jump? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Amon is running. Chopper's following. Chopper's running after him. We flash to the library. Because Chopper's dream is to become like the best doctor or something, right? Or, okay, don't speak up, Colin. I feel like it was something else. I need to go back and look. He did! Dang! Okay. Huh. That's far. I guess he could turn into a giant, maybe? Giant Chopper? And soften the blow? Dang, okay. He's gonna need a doctor too. I don't know. But that's not gonna be the last we'll see of him for sure. Or maybe they'll land by Loki and them. Or something. I don't know. It's probably not Brooke's daughter. I want it to be Brooke's daughter. Oh gosh. Why is she saying father then? Wait. What is this memory? I think that's her daddy. I'm pretty sure. This was kind of a bombshell. At this point, you can see some signs of Brooke acting weird since Gunko arrived. I'll have to go back and look at him because I honestly was not paying too much attention to Brooke. Or nothing that he did seemed somewhat off to me. In 2007, I believe, is when we met Brooke. He said he was a knight from a kingdom, so maybe Gunko was a princess of that kingdom, and Brooke was the knight protecting her like Pell and Vivi. So the implications of Brooke having a child that he never mentioned before. One, that would make him a bad anime father who abandoned his child. Two, when we first met him, he was more regretful about Laboon than anything. I don't know how far in the future Oda was thinking. I mean, apparently he's had the ending in mind. But, I mean, there are some in-between things that you kind of plan when you're on the go. But I guess if he had a daughter, I suppose, he would be more concerned about his daughter than a whale that he made a promise to when you first found him. So he might not be her father, or he might be highly irresponsible, which would be out of character for him. Maybe she was crying about her father, and then Brooke played some music for her and told her about his dreams and different things, so he might not be a father. Plus, if he is a father, then that implies that she has a mother. But then again, we've never met Luffy's mother. Could not mean anything interesting. Let's see. I saw someone saying that the owl librarian might do something to save the book, so maybe the owl. Yeah, he was there. He could go fly him off somewhere or something like that. I feel like they wouldn't have showed him to us if. Plus, that's awfully a quick turnaround if we just got the books back. And now it's like, oh, just kidding. They're on fire again. I think Mr. Whatever his face, I forgot what the owl's name was. I think he could do something. Because otherwise, why would he be in there? Okay. When she said father, she wasn't referring to Brooke, rather the destruction of her kingdom alongside her father, who was killed, or maybe in exile. Brooke also said in this chapter the resemblance is uncanny. Yeah, I guess that is him talking. What was, Rumbar Pirates. Captain. His name started with an F. Yorkie. Nope, it did not start with an F. Captain Yorkie. I always thought Yorkie would end up coming back somehow. Okay, so that's Yorkie. And then if we pull up Gunko. It's entirely possible. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well. There's that. Could be the old captain's daughter. They look very similar. Maybe he was an exile or just went to live out his dream. Chopper is basically jumping in a similar height to Kaido. Fair. Gunko would have called Brooke father instead of calling him Brooke. Oh, yeah. Fine. I accept. Okay. Also just saw a theory. The reason Brooke is asking every female for her panties is because he was looking for Gunko all the time, because maybe she used to always be in her panties and maybe as some kind of symbol. When little dumb bits like that have significant and sad meaning, like with Senor Pink, that's like not like the worst thing, but like it, man, I don't know. I like it, but it's like I hate to like it. It's like, oh, like you. Yeah, that's a beautiful theory. Yes. Yorkie is. Wait, no. What? Gunko is not wearing pants. Oh gosh, I'd be so pissed off if that's the reason why Brooke keeps asking. Oh my gosh. Huh. Interesting. Oh gosh. Because it's like you think he's a pervert the whole time, and he's not. He's really just looking for his captain's daughter and hoping that she's still alive. But timing. Granddaughter? I don't know how long Brooke was Yeah, I'll need to look up Brooke's timeline and like the whole timeline of the Rumbar Pirates and how long his soul was searching for him and how. Oh, never mind, that's easy. How old is Brooke? Oh gosh. One Piece. 90. He died at 38, spent 50 years as a soul, and then the 2-year time skip occurred. Granddaughter of former captain, possibly. The owl might also be Joy Boy's pet, kind of like Zunisha, because during the flashback, Joy Boy was seen with a figure on his shoulder that looks like a bird. To find his long lost daughter, which had the best. That is very not okay. Like, why would you be looking for your daughter and the only thing that you really have to go find her with is her underwear? That's sus. That's not right. I'm a call that nothing but bone. Like, no, that's not good. Okay. Oh, by the way, who do you think set the Holy Land to a sea of flames? Easy answer would be Dragon or Blackbeard. See, I'm getting things all kinds of jumbled up now because it's like, when was the Holy Land set to flames? Like, was it just now in this chapter or was it before and like I just missed it entirely? Who could have set it afire, ablaze? I know Kuma was up there, but he is gone now. He left for Elbaf. Who could have set the Holy Land on fire? The good celestial dragon got killed during the reverie, I think. Who was up there? Who's up at the Holy Land right now? I don't know. I guess that is something that we'll kind of figure out in the next chapter. Dragon or Blackbeard is a good answer. I don't know where Shanks is right now. I don't know what Shamrock's doing right now. But I'm not mad at it. Whenever I think of Blackbeard and Shanks, I think of Kid and Law, and I just want them to come back. I don't think they're like gone. But this is probably gonna be a good minute. They were around for a long time. But yeah. Okay. Well, awesome chapter this week, guys. That was great. Nice. Well, no. Because, hold on. I don't want Brooke backstory. I want Usopp backstory. I want to learn more about Usopp, and I don't want to focus on Brooke and Gunko and whatever's going on. We just had Kuma and Bonnie. Dang it. I want to, yeah. I want Usopp character development. It's like you're serving me food and it's like I don't want it. I don't want it. But I'll figure it out. I mean, there's nothing to figure it out. I'll just continue reading the story. But I'm still hoping for some good Usopp character development. a good Usopp moment where I don't know, I feel like he's been weird lately. Like he's just the plant guy, and then he's like scared sometimes, and then like I don't. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Day one of me asking for Usopp to have some fantastic Elbaf character development. All right. Well, that is about it for this episode of the School Night Nerd Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this live stream, then be sure to give it a like, leave a comment, spread the word to your friends and different things. I'm still kind of figuring out how to live stream and all that. But yeah, I am thankful that y'all are here at like the start of this journey for me. So yeah, I will catch you guys next week at 7 p.m. I'm probably going to be talking a lot about DreamCon, sharing some pictures, maybe, possibly. And yeah, so I have been Meanie Mosey, and I will see y'all next week. And so make sure you get some sleep. I would say it is a school night, but Memorial Day is tomorrow in the United States at least. And so I can stay up late and figure out my Elphaba makeup. So yeah. Alright. Well, I will catch you guys next week. Bye. And I gotta figure out how to end the stream. I probably should have done that before I said bye. Where is it? Okay. We're going. Oop. Oh no, you can't see that. Okay. Alright.